Hi everyone, Lisa from Spellbound Miniatures here, and this is a very quick video for a tool that I recently bought that I thought I'd share with you. And it's one of those, OMG, I should have bought this years ago. So here you can see me opening the box. There's a plug in there. It's a European plug because I live in Spain. And what I've bought, as I struggle slightly to get it out of the box, is a desktop dust collector, the type that is used by nail technicians when they're doing nails. And my nail technician uses one, and she recently upgraded hers, and that's when I saw how powerful they could be, and I suddenly realised I should have got one of these years ago. When I sand, I do it over a bin, or I have to go outside and do it in my studio. And when I saw the way that this thing sucked the dust down whilst she was sanding my nails, I was like, oh my God, I need these. So got it from Amazon. You can see here, there's a filter that's removable, and then this one comes with a spare filter, which I wasn't expecting. I've linked to a couple below. They only seem to come with one, so it might have been a fluke that I got two in my box, but you could just take that out and then you hoover it up when it's full and then you put it back in again. Mine has got an on-off switch only on the side. One of the ones I've linked below has a sort of a dial knob so you can vary the speed, but I'm going to go and plug this in now, and then we'll come back, and when I turn it on, you'll hear the noise. That's just the on-off switch. I've got one speed. As I said, one of the others is variable, but when I plug it in, it suddenly starts. And couldn't you hear how powerful that was? It probably sounds slightly louder over on this video than it actually is in person, but it was fairly loud. And that's okay. I use a pendant drill often for sanding. I don't in this video because it gets in the way of the camera, but that has a noise of itself, so it's going to be noisy. But the fact that you can see there, it's sucking the piece of what do you call that, bubble wrap down, and then it sucks it in at the top and it just slightly blows out the side. So here's a piece that I'm working on. It's one of our corner kitchen wall cupboard units, and I've got a file and I've got it on at the minute. I've just turned the sound off so I can talk over it. And as I'm sanding, it's literally just sucking that down. And I've got my keyboard on my desk and my Cricut and all sorts of things. I often have different work in progresses. So to be able to just sand here on my desk, and I use a brush to get rid of the excess filings, and it just sucks it right down in. And my laptop was next on the door, and I should have done a before and after. There was no dust on my laptop, where normally everything gets covered if I'm sanding, and I like to do it on my bench because there's good lighting there. So this is just awesome. I've got those are sanding sticks that I've used for jewellery. Use a paintbrush to brush it off. You can tap the items onto there directly. So I was just kind of going along and sanding, and it's brilliant. No clouds of dust, nothing to breathe in. So that was great, as long as you're happy with the noise. But for me, I'd rather have the noise and no dust. I've just gone and got a larger piece of sandpaper now. So I'll just turn the sound back up again so you can remind yourself what it does sound like. Okay, so I've turned it off and I'm just taking the filter out to see if I can see anything, and I haven't actually done very much sanding here. And then you can see the fan in there, so I'm trying to see if you can see it on camera. You can just about see it spinning around in there. So I carried on sanding, and then what I did do was take the filter out and photograph it after I'd done a fair bit of sanding, and I'll put that photo up now. You can see it's done a really good job. There's quite a bit of dust there, so I can just hoover that out and it can go again. So I hope this was useful for you. Thanks for joining me today. I'll put the links below the description box and I'll see you again soon.